Hello and welcome to a VinPilot tutorial. Today we will show you a pre-setting that is important for you when controlling the fermentation temperature. In the tank settings, you have the option of choosing between two different control characteristics: PID control and two-point control. These two types have different control behavior. PID control is a type of intelligent control that enables very precise control to the set point temperature. Two-point control, on the other hand, varies between a selected hysteresis around the set point temperature. PID control is more precise and switches the valve more frequently. Two-point control, on the other hand, has a greater fluctuation range around the set point temperature, but switches the valve less frequently. The control types in detail. The PID controller adjusts itself to the set temperature by opening the valve in an adapted cyclical process and therefore only deviates from the set temperature by around 0.2 degrees. The PID control therefore works without hysteresis. These fields can be left blank when selecting this control characteristic. As an alternative to PID control, two-point control can also be selected as a second option. In this case, control takes place within a temperature band. This means that the temperature always fluctuates within a temperature range. The fluctuation range is called hysteresis. This fluctuation range is defined in the hysteresis cooling and heating contact fields. With VinPilot controllers, the hysteresis is always only effective on one side. This means that if a hysteresis of 1 is specified in the cooling contact and a set point temperature of 18.5 degrees has been selected, the valve opens when the set point temperature of 1 degree is exceeded and closes again when the set point temperature of 18.5 degrees is reached. The temperature therefore fluctuates between 18.5 degrees and 19.5 degrees due to the one-sided hysteresis. When heating, on the other hand, the one-sided hysteresis works in the opposite direction. In this case, with a set temperature of 18.5 degrees, the heating valve would open at 17.5 degrees and close again at 18.5 degrees. This hysteresis, which only acts in one direction, prevents the controller from overcooling or overheating. This also makes it possible to realize automatic mode in two-point operation. To prevent the valves from switching too frequently, the minimum valve function time can be used to define the minimum switch on duration. The larger the tank, the longer the valve can be opened without the temperature deviating too much from the set temperature. Depending on the cooling water temperature, a minimum valve opening time of 120 seconds can be selected from a tank size of 500 liters. For automatic mode, the heating, cooling locking time is defined, which specifies the minimum period between switching from cooling to heating mode. This prevents the system from switching to heating mode immediately if the temperature falls below the set point temperature for a short time in cooling mode, for example. The energy saving mode, which we present in another tutorial, offers an even better option here. The last point is the PID cycle time, which defines the calculation period for intelligent temperature control and is therefore only relevant for PID control. The maximum execution time is 660 seconds. We recommend only adjusting this value as instructed. It is also important to know that the sum of the locking time and minimum opening must not be higher than the cycle time. In this case, the sum must not exceed 660 seconds.